Hello there, this is Marcio, and this is another episode of Coding with Agents and part of a series of reflections about what's going on nowadays, about management, communication, human communication, or human communication as narration. That's actually the title of the book from the late Professor Walter Fisher. I ask us to pay attention to the narrative paradigm and of course the point for these sessions is to raise our consciousness about managing businesses in days where more and more tools are going to do asynchronous agentic asynchronous decisions for us from narrations, I guess, from context. All right. The case here, some of these sessions, so basically I'm using my time, our time, reflecting about what's going on, capturing, or like I say, capture the, grab the cat by the tail, or capture the moment. So here today I'm using two different windows, Visual Code, and these are Codex interfaces there. On the right hand side, the metaphor. By the way, I started recording. I was like in minute 20 already, and then I realized that when I moved it to the first window, it was showing passwords, and I had to because I had to do the client, my partner, my buddy, and then I had to stop the video. So what I'm doing today here right now is contextualizing a possible a case, I guess, contextualizing the reflection. It's gonna be shorter now, and basically this is the one of the I think in terms of working with two different visual code screens is new. I did a couple of times, or I don't know, but it's new. All right, and the metaphor that I stumbled, okay, when I was recording in the previous recording session. Then I caught myself saying, I'm visiting the cubicle of a person. And that would be the room on the right hand side. Okay. By the way, if I do this, oh yeah, the chat collapses too much. So we're gonna have to imagine things here. So on the right hand side, this screen is the cubicle of our colleague. By the way, so in this project to contextualize, okay, this colleague is not that one, right? This colleague here on the right hand side is working in the side project of my client's business. Okay, it's an educational project for kids, and the side project can generate PDFs, printables for kids. Okay, now in the other cubicle, right, I have this other colleague working in a WhatsApp bot, right? The initial bot version. So the end user experience has to do with the parent talking with the bot, eventually gets a printable for the kids, educational thing. All right, situation. Now, when we implemented that, we didn't i- in, implemented the functionality for this bot, this conversational agent, to talk with the other service. So talking with the service at the end of the day is what we want. So the parent talking with the conversation like WhatsApp conversational agent eventually gets to a point and the system generates the PDF. The agent, conversational agent via WhatsApp, gives the PDF to mom, and mom gives prints and gives the PDF to the kid. Kid is happy. By the way, the context there is very interesting things to do, like when parents go to a trip. Like one case is the bingo PDF. Okay, the bingo PDF is like you go to Italy and then you see the pizza tower, and then the kid, oh yeah, I just saw the pizza tower. It crosses the pizza tower in the PDF. Now, first version we didn't need do this interface. What I did when I happened there then like months ago was let's just generate whatever PDF. You ask the parent, what's two plus two? Parent says four, and then you give the PDF. Right? Now we're talking about generation. But today, so that's one thing, right? Two systems and using here the metaphor of the two colleagues in different cubicles. So what you missed in the other video in trying to tell you the story there is that I end up visiting the cubicle of this colleague and I cite right with a PDF generation system. This colleague is working on that project, and then I said, "Oh, can you give me a memo and explain how to call the functions of the system that you're writing, so that the other team can actually make a call to your system?" And then that was the conversation, and it gave me actually a long answer. I said, no, let's just start with the bingo case, and then it gave finally I was able to get the short memo. All right, that's the data. Now I'm visiting the cubicle of the other person, agent, call it whatever you want, right? And then here I'm gonna say, no, by the way, let's just add some production value there with the 3D effect. Oops, wait a second. Yeah, all right. Okay, so hey, good day. Um, I see you are working in the for MJS bot conversational part that does return the PDF, right? I was thinking now the other team has the a new memo, new memo here, a memo there about how to call the web service for the PDF. For the PDF. Here it is, fresh for you. For you. Do you think this is enough for you to do your work, right? To advance a bit your work? By the way, keep the config settings in this form MJS code for now, okay? Like at the top in terms of the endpoint and URL, etc. Or ask me a question if you think this info is unqualified. Unqualified. All right, go. So this is the thing, right? Go to the cubicle of one person. Hey, what do you have there? Could you actually synthesize the information for us so I can give to the other buddy? And then they go to the other cubicle, the other buddy. Say, hey, buddy, what's going on? Right. See, right now, to give you the level of activities that I'm demanding from the services, right? It's all part of what comes with GPT Max 5.1 plus Master XYZ. I don't even know the version of. So that's under the budget, It's under that, right? The $2,000 per month that I pay. I'm kidding. The this version there. All right. So now my point is, I'm not here negotiating. Right? Can they do that for me, man? Right? Here's the point, right? It's up to you right now, right? If the resources are there, it's very easy, right? To start asking the resources to do work. And you see, I'm saying good morning, right, and etc. Some people say, oh, right, that's wasting resources, right? I don't know yet. But I think the day that you have lots, if you have a fixed budget, let's say with 1,000 agents or 100 agents working for your organization with a fixed budget, I thinking that you may end up creating a notion of scarcity of energy, right? And you see, you're gonna have to create some notion of scarcity of energy so that you get feedback of these colleagues about how they're draining their energy level, right? You know, like where I'm going here while this colleague is working is it, it gets to a point of burnout, right? You know, it's burnout is abusing the resources. So you got to be able to read feedback, right? So we may end up, I don't know how it's going to go things, but at certain level, I think the metaphor will apply, right? That you have to ask for a favor. If the person, I don't know, something like, can you do a favor for me, or not a favor in the sense like of deception, right? But those cases will happen, I guess. Right? Something for us to think, like, should the agent say, I'm tired? Should the agent say, I can't work on that? I already have lots of things in my plate. I don't know. Maybe, right? Wire the puzzle flow to the new Bingo PDF endpoint in bots form, keeping configurable knobs, Bingo base URL, length, theme level at the top, added helpers to map the requested line count to level 1 to 3. That's something of the, because we had code, it was not like 2 plus 2 equals to PDF. It's what's the age of your kid? Something parse file name. On failure, the fetch that bot now replies with an error consuming a credit. On success, it records puzzle metadata. Right. I'm not executing this today because I see across some of these episodes that I always keep saying, right, when the party is good, you leave the party at that point. Right? You don't keep there in a party waiting for trouble. But this is what I wanted today, actually, just to see if we could plug the system. I'm gonna test in other condition, other situation, because I'll probably need to change the name of the servers and configure the passwords and etc. But I can see what this colleague did, right, in terms of the code. So there's certainly some information at the top of the file with the settings. There is a there is a fetch PDF function there. Sorry, fetch bingo PDF uh, and function there, which actually does fetch the file. There's some changes to the logic. It doesn't seem to. It's not like an absurd new things in there. So far, this may help actually for us to grasp what's going on. We're gonna change, of course, but anyway, that's it. I guess that's good for this episode. Thank you very much again, and have a good day.